Welcome into TaylorKitchen, but I'm not in TaylorKitchen today. I'm actually in Indiana with my Hoosier friend, Kayleen Reeser, who is an author, a blogger, and an avid fan of vintage recipes. And we're gonna do a vintage recipe today, which I am really excited about. We're using mushrooms, which I love mushrooms. I'm assuming you do too.
I do.
Okay,
I do.
and you've got the cookbook that this comes out of, which is very cool.
It's called Nashville Seasons. It's put out by the Nashville Junior League, and it was published in 1964.
Very cool.
And it's actually in really good condition. Sometimes cookbooks that old don't have good spines or lots of spots around here, but I've actually used it before for my blog, which is one I call Vintage Eats, and it's at my website, kayleenreeser.com. And I'm assuming we'll have a link maybe?
I'll put the link,
notes.
in the show notes.
And I'm just really excited to find hidden treasures or lost treasures of recipes from the past, because sometimes they're healthier and cheaper, more economical to make. Sometimes I have all the ingredients on my shelf. Today though, I just thought we might modernize it a little bit by making it 21st century and trying some ingredients that are new to me, including plant butter. Country crock plant butter. So I am not vegan or vegetarian, but I'm always interested in trying new products. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. Is that all right?
You want to get the butter in here and get the skillet on. And as Kayleen and I were talking about this, I'm usually dairy free. I said real butter and a small amount of dairy does not bother me, but I can't go overboard on the dairy. And so we actually talked about converting this recipe into more of a vegan, because you can use full-fat coconut milk in place of the cream, and you can use this plant butter in place of real butter if you wanted to. So you can do it either direction, whatever your preference is, will work for you. And so Kayleen's got some mushrooms here, and we're just gonna chop them all up and put them in the skillet with some butter. And you said they need to go for like 15 minutes.
They do. They saute and just get really nice and soft. And we do have a lot in common. We kind of grew up together. And do you remember when you helped me teach Sunday school?
I do, and I always felt like I was really terrible at it.
I didn't feel very challenged. I mean, very talented, but you know, we were trying to do what we could.
We did, just trying to help out. We went to, oh gosh, I'm forgetting the name of the church.
First Church of Christ.
First Church of Christ in Bluffton, Indiana. I should know that because I went there for many years. Before I moved to Atlanta.
And I still live here, and this is a new house, so I am still acclimating to a new kitchen. I've moved my mixer around a lot to figure out the better places, and it doesn't help that I'm left-handed. But
you're a lefty. My husband is a lefty.
But I'm actually cutting with my right, so maybe I'm ambidextrous and didn't know it, but it's been fun. We just moved here last year, and I have started collecting cookbooks in earnest from pre-1984. So I go back about 40 years, although I've been finding a lot from the 90s. So sometimes I buckle under and buy those. And we talked about Nigella Lawson. I have some of hers. But I have a whole shelf of Betty Crocker and Better Homes and Gardens, and most of those were from mid-century. And they're just fun to look at.
She has the best collection, like an entire room of cookbooks. I'm going to mix some of these to our pan.
Oh yes, good, thank you. I would help to put them in the pan.
We'll get them going.
I'll
give those to you. It's a lot of mushrooms. We're using a pound of mushrooms. As you know, mushrooms cook down to next to nothing. It's kind of like spinach. They cook down a lot. So you need a lot of mushrooms. You start out with a lot, you end up with a smaller amount.
Okay, I go to the tub across the street. This is 3 tablespoons of flour.
Okay.
It's going to make it pretty thick. And then the next thing is to add the chicken broth to make it nice, probably like a roux. Would I be right in saying that?
You are right.
This is from all the cooking shows I've been watching. I don't typically use these words. I'm a big fan of the Great British Baking Show.
Yes, I love that. I think we watch a lot of British television.
Yes.
Yeah.
I just love it because they help each other.
Uh-huh.
And they're kind.
Yes.
And they make mistakes.
Uh-huh.
And they mess up.
And they encourage one another along the way. It's great.
I love that.
Yeah. So Kay just added some marjoram, which we were talking about. We don't use that a lot. So I think it's kind of, I call it a retro herb, but it's going to add a little special something to this mushroom dish.
And the funny thing is that when I look at these really old cookbooks, which I remember the 60s a little, so can't say it's that old, but they don't use a lot of spices.
Yeah,
so
they kept it simple.
Yes. I need a tablespoon. Cooking sherry, cooking wine, I've never used before. So this is venturing out of my comfort zone.
Yeah.
But Marianne is such a good mentor that she's convincing me that it's all going to be great.
Sherry and mushrooms are a match made in heaven. It's going to be so good. And I was telling you, because my mom, I remember from being a kid, probably not even middle school, and she made this beautiful crepes with seafood, and she put sherry in it. And just as a child, I remember the flavor of that sherry in there was just so unique and delicious. So this is going to be amazing. I'm excited about that.
And her mom is a fantastic cook even
My
to
mom
this
is
day.
a good cook.
And baker. So I did add a 1/4 of a cup of heavy cream and then a tablespoon of the sherry.
I'm gonna show this to the camera because this, guys, is so amazing. Look how creamy that is. That's just great.
And cook 3 minutes, and I actually will put 3 minutes because if I don't, I go way over. I go way over.
Okay.
I actually forget what I'm doing sometimes in the kitchen, which I'm sure never happens to me.
No,
never.
That's why things get burnt.
I bet.
All right, 3 minutes and we'll be back.
I'll take the mushroom mixture, which looks very
Look
appetizing.
at that.
And I don't know if I can do it this way, but try to dip that in there.
Yeah. Oh, they smell so good. We're getting that butter.
This to me would be such a great vegetarian dish. So then we're going to top it.
Nice.
We could have combined them.
Yeah.
And it looks like an awful lot of breadcrumbs. This is a 1.5 quart dish, which is a Pyrex dish. It's a vintage dish. I do try, if I can, to find these dishes at online auctions or thrift stores because it's fun to use them.
Yeah.
But it also adds some authenticity to the recipe.
To a vintage recipe. I love it.
So
Can I
there
get
we
the oven
go.
door for
Yes. you? Okay. And there we go.
Okay.
This is a really nice cookbook. For every recipe in the upper right corner, they do put the cooking time and the amount of minutes for baking, which is helpful because as Marianne and I were talking, a lot of the older cookbooks did not do that. They were assuming, I think, that people were accomplished cooks.
Everybody
and knew what the signs were that a dish was done or that a cake was done. But they can't assume that anymore. Some of us are still learning, and I appreciate that they took the time. They also listed the names of the people who contributed, and I think that's fun.
That is fun.
Because I do have some local cookbooks that I've been collecting, and I actually find people's names in there. So when I do blog about a particular recipe of someone I know, I mention something about that person. Either I knew
It makes
them.
it personal.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, and it's fun to think about them eating that. Ooh, it smells good.
Oh, nice, nice. It does smell good. The aroma is just filling the house. It looks so delicious. We're gonna set it right here.
Show you what it looks like.
Oh, look at that. You see that golden bubbly top. That's gonna be so yummy. All right, let's dish some of this up. Okay, nice.
Very hot.
Oh,
It smells good.
so good, so good. Yum. Just yum. We're dishing one up for Lana Miller, who has been sitting here with us, watching the filming.
Lots of coaching.
Would
from
you like to
Lana.
come over, Mom, and help us
Of course.
dig into this?
I like to eat better than anybody.
For a spoon?
No, this
Okay.
is fine.
All right.
Okay. Here, Mom.
Really hot.
Kayleen, yeah. Everybody grab a fork.
Let's see what we think of this marjoram.
I know. Oh yeah, let's see if we can taste that in there.
Not sure if it's-
Very, very hot. We'll blow cautiously. Oh wow.
I like it. And I have not ever cooked a dish with mushrooms as the star. So this is new for me.
This is fabulous.
Yeah, that is good.
Very good.
Very simple. The assembly was less really than 15
Yeah.
minutes. 15 on the stove, but then
You
just
know
bring
how
it in.
when you do like in a steakhouse and they give you this side of mushrooms,
Mm.
I'd say give this instead. This is so good, guys.
Yeah,
All right,
delicious.
and Kayleen's going to share the recipe. I'm going to put it on tkfoodie.com.
Yeah.
And I want to thank you so much
You
for
are welcome.
being in Taylor Kitchen, in Kayleen Reese's Taylor Kitchen today.
I am absolutely thrilled. I couldn't be more delighted to share my vintage recipe with you both.
Yeah,
Thank you, Kay.
this
I
has been
appreciate it.
awesome. And Mommy, what do you think of it?
I love it. I
Yeah.
love it.
I do too. I do too. I think it's really good. Well, thank you for sharing this
You're
with us.
welcome.
And I will put all this information in the show notes below, as well as all the links to Kayleen's blog, and you can follow along with her. She's got so many interesting recipes. I love to see when she comes out with a new one. I catch them when they come through on Facebook, and so they're so interesting and so unique, and it's really neat to see a glimpse of history come to life in a recipe.
It's fun. It's a delight. You don't have to be super talented or trained to make some of these old recipes. Just pull out a cookbook or just watch what I'm doing and get some absolute fantastic cooking tips from Mary Ann. I've learned a lot from her.
And always invite me.
It's great when Mom can come along. So when I'm in Indiana, Mom's got to come along.
Wonderful, wonderful lady here.
Thank you.
2 generations of fantastic cooks.
Aw, very sweet. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right, thanks for having us in your home.
You're welcome. It was a delight.
Beautiful.
And you can check all this out also on tkfoodie.com.